Okay, so after Farooq Siyar, we are going to look into Muhammad Shah. Okay, so as you may remember, Farooq Siyar was executed by Sayyid brothers. And Farooq Siyar, the reason why Farooq Siyar fell is because he was trying to throw away the Sayyid brothers because Sayyid brothers were literally the kingmakers. And the Sayyid brothers took the help of Balaji Vishwanath, the Peshwa of Maratha Empire, okay, and they got rid of Farooq Siyar. So let me show you with an example with a diagram. So this is Farooq Siyar, okay, and these are Sayyid brothers. Sayyid brothers took the help of Balaji Vishwanath, okay. They took the help of Balaji Vishwanath, and after that they deposed of Farooq Siyar, okay, and later they executed him. First of all, they blinded him, they imprisoned him, and they executed him. Okay, so this was the first time in Mughal history that a Mughal emperor was executed. Okay, so after Farooq Siyar was executed, then the Sayyid brothers, okay, the Sayyid brothers bought two more Mughal rulers. One was Rajat ul something and other was Rafat also something. Not really important. So as you can see, Farooq Siyar was the ninth Mughal emperor, okay, and Muhammad Shah, okay, the later one is the 12th Mughal emperor, okay, 12th Mughal emperor. So there is a gap between these two. For example, we don't have the 10th and the 11th. The 10th and the 11th were quite two young princes. One died of tuberculosis and other died of excessive consumption of opium and dysentery. Okay, so these were the 10th and the 11th ruler were not really important. The 12th one is a considerable important figure, that is Muhammad Shah. So let us have a look. Okay, so as you can see, this is Muhammad Shah, okay, the 12th Mughal ruler. And let me just teach you the history, a bit of history. After Farooq Siyar was blinded and executed by Sayyid brothers with help of Balaji Vishwanath, so there were two young princes that came. Okay, one was Rafiud Daraj and other one was Rafiud Dola. It's not worth remembering their names, they are not really important, and they ruled for a short time, and after that they died because of natural cases. They were not killed, they died of natural cases. So Sayyid brothers brought in another ruler. So this was Roshan Akhtar, okay, this guy's name was Roshan Akhtar, and when he ascended to the throne, he took the title of Muhammad Shah, okay. Roshan Akhtar ascended to the throne and he took the title of Muhammad Shah. Now Muhammad Shah was also a puppet of Sayyid brothers. Okay, Farooq Siyar was a puppet of Sayyid brothers. Now Muhammad Shah is also a puppet of Sayyid brothers. Okay, so Farooq Siyar was killed because he tried to free himself from Sayyid brothers. Now the same thing Muhammad Shah was also doing. He tried to free himself from Sayyid brothers, but this time he was smart. He didn't do it alone. He took the help of a guy called as Asaf Jah. Okay, Asaf Jah. He was a very powerful noble. Asaf Jah was a very powerful noble. So Muhammad Shah took the help of Asaf Jah, and they too, okay, they too uh, got a handshake. Okay, they took a handshake, and afterwards they executed the Sayyid brothers. The Sayyid brothers were killed. Okay, they were thrown out. The infamous Sayyid brothers were thrown out. Okay, and they were killed. So after Sayyid brothers were killed, Asaf Jah was given the title of Nizam-e-Mulk. Okay, Nizam ul Mulk. So basically, it means that he was the prime minister. Okay, it was the title of the prime minister or a governor. It doesn't really matter what it is. So Asaf Jah was a powerful ruler. He, with the help of he along with Muhammad Shah, deposed of the Sayyid brothers and have had them executed. So Sayyid brothers were gone. Now the Nizam Mulk, the supreme leader or the prime minister of the Mughal Empire, was now Asaf Jah. Okay, so after this happened, now there is something you should know. Muhammad Shah was a very weak ruler. Okay, so let us explore in the next slide. Now, after getting rid of Sayyid brothers, Muhammad Shah was focused on two things: wine and women. That's the only thing he was bothered about. Okay, so that is why he was nicknamed the title that was Rangila. He was known as the Rangila. Okay, the Rangila Mughal emperor, because he was only interested in wine and women. That's the only thing he was interested in. And slowly, he was occupied in luxurious things, and he threw lavish parties. And this led to the decline of Mughal Empire. So he was a weak ruler, he was incompetent, and he later accused his friend, that is Asaf Jah, of treason. So Asaf Jah decided to leave Delhi. Okay, so the Mughal rulers were in Delhi. Okay, they ruled from Delhi. So Asaf Jah, the Nizam ul Mulk, okay, so he was accused of treason, and that is why he left Delhi and he carved out his own empire. So this was the empire he carved out. So this was a small kingdom that was initially a small kingdom and later grew to a big kingdom, that is Hyderabad. Okay, so Nizam Asaf Jah started building his own area of rule in 1724. 1724. Now there are two more important rulers. Okay, so there was another guy called as Murshid Quli Khan. So he became the Bengal Nawab. Okay, he became the Bengal Nawab, and this process was actually started in 1717. Okay, so in the time of Farooq Siyar, Murshid Ali Khan actually started building his own kingdom in Bengal. Similarly, there was a guy called as Sadat Khan. So he built this empire, not empire, kingdom, Awadh kingdom. Okay, so the Awadh state or the Awadh kingdom was established by Sadat Khan. So the Mughal emperor, the Mughal empire, so it was this big, is now, as you can see in the green, it is only this much. Okay, so it was a decline of Mughal empire both in economy and as well as in territory. So this was the decline. Now came the most dangerous thing during these times for the Mughal empire, the people called as Marathas. So as you can see, earlier Maratha kingdom was a small state, okay, only up to here. Now they have expanded, okay, so now they have expanded. So they were threatening the Mughal emperors, and this guy, Bajirao, okay, so we will deal with him later, okay, so we will be studying about him later. Bajirao raided the Mughal empire and reached up to the gates of Delhi. Okay, so he reached up to the gates of Delhi. Now, apart from Bajirao, there was one more threat from the northwest region. It was the threat of Nadir Shah. Okay, so he came from here. Nadir Shah came from here. So why he came and what happened? Let's have a look. Okay, so in 1738, okay, it can be 1739 also. There is actually a difference of date. Okay, 1738 was somewhere between 1738 or 1739. Nadir Shah invaded Delhi. Okay, Nadir Shah invaded India. So Nadir Shah was from here. Okay, that he was a Persian. He was the emperor of the Persian kingdom. And why he invaded? Because his empire, the Persian empire, was in decay. So he had loans to pay and he couldn't pay. So he thought, how about invading India? Because India was weak. This is because the northwest area, okay, this area was always very resistive. I mean, there was always rebellion going on in these areas. Say, you may have remembered Muhammad of Ghori, Muhammad of Ghazni, and even the Mongols, the Mughals all came from this area. So this area was always quite troublesome. The Mughal emperors like Aurangzeb had an immense number of fortifications here. Okay, they had security, they had good security apparatus. They actually fortified the whole area. They made this whole northwest area very secure. But weak Mughal rulers, starting from Bahadur Shah, then Jahandar Shah, Farooq Siyar, and even Muhammad Shah, they didn't do anything. So Nadir Shah knew that Mughal empire was weak now. It was the time to plunder it, and he did, it in 1739. Okay, he did it in 1739. So he invaded in 1739 or 1738. There is actually a doubt here because some sources say it is 1739 or some sources say it is 1738, but let's keep it as 1739. Okay, so he invaded, and the Mughal armies, okay, the Mughal armies under Muhammad Shah fought against the Persian Empire, that is of Nadir Shah. They fought, and the place they fought was called as Karnal. Okay, Karnal, somewhere near Punjab. This place, Karnal. Okay, and the Mughal army was defeated. Okay, the Mughal army was defeated, and after defeating the Mughal army, Nadir Shah plundered Delhi a lot. Okay, even way bigger horrific massacres continued. That was parallel to the massacres that was done by Taimur. So Nadir Shah plundered, captured Delhi, and he took away the Peacock Throne and the Kohinoor Diamond. So if you remember what is a Peacock Throne, the Peacock Throne was a throne on which the Mughal emperors used to sit. Okay, and that throne was taken away by Nadir Shah. And also the Kohinoor Diamond, the famous Kohinoor Diamond, was also taken away by him. Okay, now there is something else you should know. So in this battle, Muhammad Shah was also captured. Okay, so Muhammad Shah was later released. Okay, after negotiation. Now, after releasing Muhammad Shah and taking back lot of loot from India, Nadir Shah went back to Persia. In Persia, somewhere near Persia, he was actually assassinated by his own soldiers and relatives. And Nadir Shah, after the assassination of Nadir Shah, there came a guy called as Ahmad Shah Abdali. Okay, so this was all about Muhammad Shah. Let's do some MCQs. Okay, so before we do these MCQs, there is something I actually want to teach you. It is quite interesting. So as you can see, have you seen this movie Bajirao Mastani? Okay, so these are the pictures of that movie. So basically, Ranveer Singh was Bajirao. Okay, he was the Peshwa Bajirao. Now, as you may remember, Shivaji was the founder of Maratha kingdom. Okay, and after him, the next ruler was Shambhaji. Shambhaji, okay, Shivaji's son Shambhaji was the next ruler, and Shambhaji was executed by Aurangzeb. Shambhaji was succeeded by his son Shahu. Okay, so Shahu had problem in getting to the throne. Okay, so there were many factions led by a person called as Tarabai. So Tarabai and her factions were defeated by Shahu and his friend called as Balaji Vishwanath. Balaji Vishwanath. Okay, so basically this is Shahu. Okay, so this guy is Shahu. This guy is Peshwa. So Shahu was helped by a guy called as Balaji Vishwanath. Balaji Vishwanath. And his son was his son was Bajirao. And he is Bajirao. Okay, so he is Bajirao. Now, so who is this guy? So as I mentioned before, Asaf Jah founded the Deccan Empire, the Hyderabad state, the Deccan Empire. So this is Asaf Jah. Okay, so this is Asaf Jah. If you see this movie now, you will understand all perspective very clearly. Okay, so let's start with MCQs. Okay, so the first question is the title taken by Roshan Akhtar was. So the title taken was Muhammad Shah. Okay, you obviously it's a very easy question. The title taken by Roshan Akhtar was Muhammad Shah. Okay, so the Sadat Khan is associated with this region. So as I mentioned before, Sadat Khan was the ruler of Awadh state. He was the founder of Awadh state. So the answer is Awadh. That is option A. Who was Nizamul Mulk? So the Nizamul Mulk was Alivardi Khan. Nope. Asaf Jah. Yes, the correct answer is Asaf Jah. This Maratha Peshwa was a contemporary of Muhammad Shah. So, which one was it? Nope. Balaji Vishwanath died early. Not early. He died before, I think, before the coming of Muhammad Shah, he died. And so, the correct answer is Bajirao 1. Okay, that was Ranveer Singh of the movie Bajirao Mastani. Okay, so let us do 4 more MCQs. Okay, so the next question is when was the Hyderabad state established? So Hyderabad state was established by Nizam-e-Mulk Asaf Jah. So it was established in 1724. Okay, when did Nadir Shah invaded India? So we do have a choice, that is 1739. Okay, 1739 it is. The nickname of Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah was, as I mentioned before, it was Rangila. So it is quite important. So the answer is Rangila. Okay.